Hello, this is Dr. Anna Dolopo. I am a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine. I'm board certified. I'm a licensed acupuncturist, and this is my 25th year in practice. I started studying Chinese medicine in 1994, and I started practice in 1999. In 1998, I had smashed 6 years and 4 years, which is what many of us did. That's when I earned my Master of Traditional Oriental Medicine from Pacific College of Oriental Medicine. And then after getting married, being in practice consistently from June 22, 1999 until 2020, around that time, I started studying in the doctorate program. And it was an amazing program, which is now called Pacific College of Health and Science. And I earned my doctorate. My master was with cum laude, and the cum laude, and then with the second one, they no longer had the titles, but if it would have been magna cum laude. I had got all A's and won 89%, and I'm sharing this because I was with 3 kids and training in jiu-jitsu. I'm currently a brown belt in Brazilian top team and Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I live a very busy life. I am in my 5th decade of living. I have tremendous energy. I live my life as an acupuncturist, as a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine, and I'm very proud of it. It is one thing to grow older and feel like you're older, and I am growing older and feeling like I'm stronger than I was when I was younger. I take privates in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Currently, it's every other week, but I look forward to going back to every week. It's better for me. I'm sharing this because it is very important now when you're receiving acupuncture or receiving therapy of any kind from someone who calls themselves a healer or lives the path of healing, that they are the kind of person that you'd want to receive therapy from. There are easily thousands of acupuncturists and Chinese herbalists worldwide, easily at least a million doctors of any type of medicine worldwide. I think we can say that. Western medicine and all their different, specialists, and also Chinese medicine, chiropractic, physical therapy, all the naturopathic medicine, all the doctors from the various disciplines around the world. Why am I making this video today? Is because it was supposed to be 1 hour, but I went over. I didn't charge more to go an extra hour to really go in depth. And the class is called Ask Dr. Dolopo Anything. Now, what would you pay to tell someone, to present a case to someone with 25 years experience and get a lot of real world knowledge that you can use today? I shared, these were just some of the stuff that I really broke down in the classes, plus a whole array of pages and links in less than 2 hours on a Telegram channel for them to really study. And the reason I'm sharing this is because my training with successfulacupuncturist.com, based primarily on my work at elementsandharmonyacupuncture.com, my training is based on experience. For people who want structure as opposed to mentorship, that structure is provided for you with education systems such as Dr. Eileen Hahn's program, which was before called the Academy of Acupuncture. Dr. Eileen Hahn she has a structured program on how to use the points that you learn in TCM, but from a balanced method perspective, and an array of systems that were not taught in traditional Chinese medical school, TCM having been around since 1959, which is what the whole world pretty much learns. You're learning from Dr. Hahn a new way of learning based on classical Chinese medicine. I'm a gold level certified Dr. Tan's Balance Method acupuncturist. I earned my gold level certificate from Dr. Tan in 2012. I started learning Balance Method in 2006, 7 years after having practiced TCM. So I know TCM very well. And then I started becoming a Balance Method practitioner overnight. And I'm also a Dr. Tan Batsa graduate. That's a different conversation. There's classes such as with E. Lotus or Dr. Brad Wisnons or all the different, CEU, the NCCAOM provides PDA courses. All the different acupuncture associations provide these PDA courses, CEU courses. What my mentorship training is about is bringing those courses to life. Let's say you don't do balanced method and you stick only with what you learned from school. We need to bring that to life so that you can make an income, so that you can practice in real world. You can convert your knowledge into a career. And I did a paper a long time ago, or in Chinese medical school, specifically for my doctorate, which is basically how much we make as a nation in the USA, how much we make. And it is not impressive, to say the least. And so what I learned from Dr. Tan and some amazing business coaches is, how to convert your passion for Chinese medicine into becoming, a tax-paying citizen, someone who doesn't need to depend on your spouse. So I know what it's like. From 1999 to 2006, I had a hard time financially. And that's not a good place to be, especially when, your school did not give you a discount. They did not discount their education for you. So why should you discount your services to other people? And I get this asked, frequently, and it's not fair. There are schools that provide discounts. There are places that offer insurance. My patients stay 1 to 3 hours. If you want to know, I walked away from the insurance world in 2008. Now, for a few months now, I've been with an insurance biller, but I have a specific way that we bill so that it's fair to me, and that that I'm not chasing insurance patients. So pretty much until now, my practice since 2008, because I walked away from the insurance world, has been a cash practice, out of pocket, which means I have to be good. The only reason why we're doing the insurance thing now is because I am a daughter of a Navy man, and so the VA is now paying for acupuncture. I think they're paying anywhere between $250 to $300 per treatment, but I could be wrong. But I think that may be true. Years ago, when I had some VA patients, they were paying $90 a treatment. I like to be very transparent with people. If you want to be an insurance patient, we bill $300 and whatever for the initial, and whatever is the difference, that payment, as agreed upon by the patient, will need to pay the difference. That's the courtesy of billing the insurance. Same thing for the follow-up. The follow-up, and I only bill for pain cases, not fertility, not internal health, because insurance won't pay for anything other than pain. My biller will check to see what the rates are, what your coverage is. So for follow-up visits, it's $200, and if they, that's the $200. And if the insurance doesn't pay $200, then the patient has to pay the difference. And this is all legal. It's the same thing like if I go to my dentist or for endodontist, and they say, this is what we charge. And if they don't pay this, you have to pay this. So I cleared this all with my insurance biller. She said, you're out of network. You can do whatever you want. I cleared it all. And this is the paperwork that's given to people. You need to understand that this is a business. You are running a business, and you need to be able to pay your bills, and you need to be able to pay the insurance biller. So my cash rate is less because we don't have to do the paperwork. And, it's just, there's no middleman to do all the billing, and there's no extra work in that case. So when it comes to your practice, you need to be able to convert your talents, your skill set, your passion into living, being able to live. And if what you want is structured, like I want you to teach me how to treat fertility. Well, those classes are available. Those classes are available. And everything you really want to know is on my website. I give it freely. Or you can pay the cost to sit with me. But when I'm teaching, I'm giving real world information on how to apply what you've been learning from all the structured classes into real world. Because I took 7 years of notes from 1999 to 2006, and none of it transferred into being able to make a living. Does that make sense? So I have a patient here this morning, and she's in business. She's in IT and in business. And there's a person who is about to lose his job that she has to oversee him. And he took how many courses on how to become the position he's at, some kind of manager, and he's not executing. He's not doing his work. And so what he thinks he knows is not translating to workable, usable, profitable information for the company he works for. Therefore, he's being let go. When you are being hired, whether at a job or in your own business, they're hiring you for a service. So you need to execute on that service and deliver results. So what I recommend, if you decide to work with me, is that you take your courses, and what I do is I make it work. I translate it into working material. You can't just keep taking classes for the CEUs and it doesn't convert to profit. That's something that needs to be addressed. What you learned in Chinese medical school is enough. It's enough to make at least 6 figures. It's enough. But you need to understand how to get a patient in, even if especially if it's a cash practice, how to get them in 2 to 5 times a week. I have a patient, she's 90, and she came in 11 times. Let's see, I shared it with everyone. I'll look up horse. If you look up Elements in Harmony, acupuncture.com, and let's see, it's in one of my pages. Let's see if you'll find it, but I have the case study right here. If you need to see it, you text me at 619-341-4341, and I will send you that link. It's on YouTube. This person is a 90-year-old woman. She could not ride her horse. She was using a cane. She was in severe sciatic and hip pain. She came in February 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 19. In 9 treatments, she came in between February 8 and February 9. And she got 95% improvements. In February 26, she was at 98% improvement. In March 4, she was 99% improvement. And now she comes every other week. This is a 90-year-old woman. And my job is to get her back on her horse. She couldn't walk from the ADA parking space to the treatment room without her cane and without being really hunched over. And if you looked at her, you'd have said, well, you're 90 years old, so you're old and, decrepit, and it is what it is. No, this patient, I treat people in their 90s and 100s, and their job is to feel good and young. She came in February 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 19. 9 treatments from February 8 to February 9. How many of you can get a patient to come in 9 times in 11 days? That's what I teach. So you know the points, but can you apply it? And can you apply it more than once or twice a week and get results? What I wrote down is on her 5th treatment, the day after the day of her 5th treatment, she was back on her horse, her Arabian horse. And then after her 7th treatment, I had to chase her out with her cane because she forgot it. This is what I mean about delivering results. Now, if I treated this woman once a week, and beginning February 8th, March 8 would have been 4 treatments. April 8 would have been 8 treatments, give or take. May 8 would have been 12 treatments. No. I did 9 treatments in 11 days. So then she was at the world's, the biggest horse competition west of the Mississippi for a week. That's between February 19 and February 26. She didn't use a cane. And because she stopped using cane after the 7th treatment. And then She also said one day, she said there were thousands of horses. And one day she walked a mile. She said, I'm a little tired. She's 90 years old. You and I could easily be tired after being in a horse show and walking a mile. I used to show dogs for 8 years. I know what that's like to be around hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dogs and to be there all day. And this is horses, which is a much bigger animal. And then February 26th was her 10th treatment. We started February 8th, so this is almost 20 days later. She was at 98% improvement. So in 20 days, she came in 10 times. And March 4, which was 2 weeks later, or a week later, she was 99% improved. So not even February 8 to March 8, it was February 8 to March 4, she had come in 11 times. Again, I'm going to reiterate, February 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 19, 9 times from February 8 to February 19. This is what I mean about executing what you learn in school. You learn it. You know the points. You know the herbs. But you need to execute it into real world. And I'm not going to charge you. Why do you have to learn it in 11? In what I said to one of the students today is, why should I charge you $1,000 over a course of 10 consultations to teach you what you can learn today in an hour? Now, it is $500 an hour to speak with me, to have a consultation with me. Sometimes I do a class. This class costs $50 to present your questions. And that was if you registered by May 5th. And after that, it was $100. I think that's fair to get someone's experience from 25 years. There's information that I share that took 10 to 15 years to put together. You have to understand that when people are giving you information with 20, 30 years plus experience, you need to take it for, a little bit like it's, you can count on that experience. So I want to share with you, my website is successfulacupuncturist.com. My results are based on elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com. I strongly recommend that you go to successfulacupuncturist.com and look at those results. Look how much more they were making. And in the Telegram channel, I shared a few things. 32% income increase and working less hours after one visit, after one consultation with me. That was not the first. That was probably just after definitely less than 5 consultations. One consultation, 32% business increase, and 150% increase in revenue, 300% increase since pandemic. 6 acupuncturists, my students, opened clinics during the pandemic. So when you're learning your material from your doctors, from your teachers, you got to ask yourself, is this going to translate into real world information that I can execute today and make money on today, so that my education wasn't just a waste of time and money, but that I can actually execute it, so you don't have to depend on your husband or your wife who's a lawyer or an engineer or whatever, that they have to fund you while you're pursuing your passion. Your passion needs to translate into money so that you can make a living. There's nothing wrong with money. You got to put gas in your car. You got to charge your car. You got to put lights. You turn on your lights. You have to talk to people on the phone. Your phone costs money. Your computer costs money. Your food today costs money. Your clothes cost money. It's an exchange of energy. So let's use that energy and use the energy correctly so that you can execute the knowledge you have into a career that you can be very, very proud of, a profession you can be very, very proud of, and that people can see, wow, you're not just passionate about your work, you know how to execute it. That was just one testimonial I gave. So if you go to elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com/hope, I believe that was my most recent newsletter, elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com/hope. Let's see if that pulls up. Yeah, that's my most recent newsletter. Check that out. There's a video there. I will put the newsletter I have to link the newsletter. So by the end of today, I will put the newsletter that you can click on. All right, take care. SuccessfulAcupuncturist.com. If you want to check out my work, elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com. You can text me, Telegram, WhatsApp. You can reach me all around the world. 611-619-341-4341. Let us get you really executing on the work that you've learned, on all the points, everything that you learned at school. All right, take care.